Forgot. What's one of your fondest memories of me?
I don't know, man. We had some really good times, but you were an asshole. I don't know if you remember that.
Welcome to Waste Your Time Wisely podcast.
Hello, welcome to Waste Your Time podcast. We are here with a man with many names, but we'll just start talking. So, once upon a time, we used to live together, not romantically, but yeah. But
Sometimes.
we got. What do you want to go by? You want to go by Lamar? You want to go by Kenny? You want to go by Akhenaten? Joel Sergeant
Whichever
Manson?
whichever one you feel like, man. We could switch it up here and there.
All right, we're here with the Pharaoh, Akhenaten Manson,
Boom.
uh, U.S. Army soldier. We got to serve together in Alaska, and then he stayed in. I did not, so he probably has more discipline and resiliency than I do. But yeah. Instead of me just like questioning, so basically what we've been doing now, we're just catching up. So we're catching, and then I'm kind of bummed out. Some of those, like I should have recorded and like sliced those things out and weave them in and out. But yeah, one of the things I wanted to start out with was like a lot of people, I think people in the military family knows about like PCSs, moving, like like you're not there for the rest of your life. You're gonna lose friends, not even in like life or death situation. They're gonna move. Obviously, we have friends in like Oklahoma. We have friends in
Dallas
Dallas,
everywhere.
North Carolina, California. So the transition in life, like I forgot the base you're in. Like now, I don't know how long you've been there, but
Mhm.
is it difficult? Because I moved a lot when I was a kid, so like for me it was like fairly normal for me. But like packing up and leaving, you're like almost like an NFL athlete, right? You're like, hey, your contract's done. Hey, we're signing with the Dolphins, or like, hey, we're moving. But instead of you kind of picking, sometimes you have your choice to pick. Any difficulties with like the moves, or just like,
I would say from like a mental standpoint, the first move after being active duty is kind of like the hardest one because you leave from home, go to basic, and then you go to your first duty station. You really start to feel yourself out, become great friends, family with people, and then all of a sudden, within 2 to 3 years, it's like, hey, you're going someplace else, man. And it's not like I'm going someplace else back to the house to where it's people that I know and I'm accustomed to. It's I'm going to a whole new duty station of whole new people, whole new culture. So the first one was kind of shaky here and there, but the longer you stay in and do more moves, it becomes numb. You're like, all right, here we go again. It definitely makes you more of a social person, being able to communicate with different people at the spur of the moment. It's like, hey, I'm new here. What's up, man? Like, what are the good places to eat? What are the good gyms? Where do I need to stay away from? You know, Simple stuff.
do you have a favorite base so far?
And probably for the military people that is watching this, once you go to Fort Bragg, man, that's center of the universe. So probably my favorite base would be Fort Bragg, number one, and then it's a toss up between my first duty station, which was Fairbanks, Fort Wainwright, Alaska, and Fort Benning, Georgia. So I like bases that are surrounded by a variety of food. I'm a foodie, so
Yeah.
as long as they have different cultural foods, I'm good to go. But
Coming
Fort
from
Bragg, oh,
I remember somebody telling me Fort Bragg is where they make lifers out of you. They're like, you go to Fort Bragg, they'll make a lifer out of you, right? You'll be getting a jumping out of a tall tower, jumping out of a
yep.
C-17, and then you'll hate your knees, and then your knees will hate you, and then you'll just become a lifer. I'm like, oh, thanks. I'm glad to hear that. But are you coming from South Carolina? That would be like home,
Hmm.
right, hometown. Is it different acclimating to different, obviously, weather of Alaska or like different time zone, obviously, but you get to experience different kind of like cities, different vibes. I'm sure there's some North Carolina, South Carolina disparities, but there's probably some similarities as well. The Carolinas. Where's the biggest struggle you think?
I guess it would be mainly, I wouldn't really call it a struggle or anything. It's just being a people person and understanding that people that join the military and even combat arms, like we have so much different cultural upbringings. So what may be normal to me and, non-combative is to somebody else is disrespectful and things like that. So it's really just getting to know the guy or gal that you're working to on your left and right, being like, hey, where are you from? Trying to understand them And that's debatable of like what people may think a good leader is, but you have to know how to talk to different people in different ways. Whether it's me from Charleston, South Carolina, first time leaving the state was when I joined the military, to someone that is born and raised in Jasper, Texas.
Mhm.
So it's definitely a culture shock, but staying in long enough, you actually get to learn to feel people out. Like, okay,
The whole that's where, because I was still pretty young, where you get
mhm,
to meet the different taste of America, right? I
yes,
remember there was a woman in my training, like this young girl named Hewitt. Her high school class had graduation size of 12.
wow,
Yeah, and it was three dudes, nine girls, and she's like, "Yeah, I event like because it's such a small town." She's like, "Yeah, I dated all of them." I'm like, "Wow, what a slut! You dated all of them." She's like this tiny little innocent girl, right? Like in AIT in Fort Leonard Wood. But I feel like there's a whole aspect of people don't understand about just like spouses sacrifice, kids have to sacrifice, the whole
yeah,
military brat of kids, right? So being a drill sergeant, did you choose that route, or
I chose it.
you chose it? All right, so let's
Yep.
talk about it. So you were in Benning doing that?
Fort
Okay,
Benning, I was over at Harmony Church, so I am a 19 Delta by trade. So
nice. And then 19 Delta, for people who don't know the military MOS code, is
Calvary Scout,
good job. I got my Stetson back out when I moved to Texas.
nice. I still
Yeah.
do not own one.
Oh,
Still do not have my Spurs and all, but I do not own a Stetson.
dude, I lost my Spurs. I'm not happy about it. I have
I have to send you
no.
some. I'll send you
I
some.
I don't know. I don't know if you remember. You did a spur walk for the silver ones in Alaska, right? The first one.
Nope.
You didn't do that one.
Did mine in Korea.
Good place. I'm
Bro, it
obviously
was
unbiased.
terrible. Yep.
Yeah. There, I lost my Spurs, and I'm not. I did that on a profile, so I miss it. I remember I'm like, I'm gonna walk when I get it. I'm gonna put my Stetson on, butt ass naked, put my Spurs on, just walk
Spurs
around the
on.
house, right?
Yeah.
But right now, if someone put a gun to my head and they're like, "Where are your Spurs?" I'm like,
Just end me now, dude. Just end me now.
"It's. I think I lost it on the move.
I'll
I think
send you
I
some
had
though.
it. I had it in a bag, and then the bag is gone. And I don't think it was stolen. I think it's just like I thought my dad had it. I call my dad. I'm like, "Hey, do you seen this bag?" He's like, "I see the bag, but there's no Spurs in here." I'm like, "Look again." Like,
Damn it.
and then yeah, I mean, I got my Stetson out. My Stetson was in a box for a long time. Like I didn't really wear it, and then I'm like, well, might as well use it. The box is pretty big. So I was like walking my dog with it, my dog pads, and I'm like, well, I'm moving to Texas. So,
Yeah.
but it's weird because now here, like everybody has a hat on. So
Exactly.
yeah,
You're in Texas, man. You gotta wear
yeah,
it.
it's a weird thing. And then it was like cold for a while, so I didn't have it on. Now it's like super sunny again. But where, so now, how long have you been in now?
I have been in for 14 to 15 years. One of the two. I can't remember.
Coming
14
into
to 15.
15 or something like that, right?
Yes. Yep.
Do you remember? I mean, obviously you come from a military family. Obviously your father served diligently for a very long time. But do you remember when you're like, I'm gonna join?
I really hated school, and I knew from a very young age college was not going to be the route for me. So having that military background with my family, I mean, my family's been fighting in the war since the Spanish American War. So it's kind of, hey man, it's you're going to do it, but willingly. But yeah, I remember probably around sixth grade, all I had was just like a little cliche army posters, guys jumping out of helicopters, airplanes, posted up in my room.
Those are good
Kind
posters.
of- Yeah, man. The old what is it? I can't remember it. Be all you can be. Like legitimately
Yeah.
the old school ones with the ACU pad. It's like, all right,
When I go to the Air Force Base here now, when I see those like motivation posters, I'm still like, I dig it. Yeah, I get
I
you.
can do it. I
I,
can do it.
I dig you. I dig you. I see what you're trying to do here. I feel
Oh my
you.
God. Speaking of that, have you seen the new movie on Netflix, War Machine?
I seen War Machine, yeah, with
Oh my
Alan
goodness.
Alan Richardson with Jack Reacher. But you got to understand, good sir, good old Lamar. It's Hollywood. You gotta. You gotta add some stuff. And then I even like the weight standard, like, do they still tape you if you're overweight
Oh
and
yeah,
stuff?
man. Oh, so the taping standards have recently changed. I won't really go too much into it because I'm not spun up on the as spun up as I should be on the regulation of like the new change. I haven't
Yeah.
taped people in a while.
Oh, so
So
it's really recent. It's really recent.
yeah, it's changed since I've been at my current duty station. So
Is it still like neck, or is it more like body fat of like the stomach and stuff?
I'm not sure, man.
Yeah.
I'm not sure, but I want to say it's more lenient, but at the same time, it's still like, all right, come on.
I just because I'm pretty heavy set, so like I'm
Hmm.
bulky. So every time they measure my neck, I remember like Sergeant Cox, Sergeant Burns, they used to go like,
Hmm.
"You have a fat neck." I'm like, "Yeah, you can't
He's
you can't."
finally retired, by the way.
I am very happy for that man to
I
retire.
am too, man. I am
I
too.
think
He's living his best life.
Matthew Burns, right?
Yep.
He well, there goes the
Old,
doxing, but
old Papa Burns.
he said something once in like a safety meeting. I laughed so fucking hard I couldn't stop laughing. He's like, "Hey, like if you guys need help or anything, just call me. I'm just gonna be at home playing with my belly button." I
Yep.
was just like laughing. I'm like, "What? The fuck?" And then I think we had. I love that unit. Now, obviously, I've been in different units and I didn't have a good
Absolutely.
stint at HHT, but Alpha Troop was great. I remember when I first got there, I'm like, I fucking hate this place. Afterwards, like Gorski brought me in. He's like, hey, bro, like, like you need to shape up, like do this, do that, like,
Hmm.
get people off your back. And I'm like, all right. And then obviously him and I started hanging out together. And then, my tiny ass platoon with, you know, oh, I still talk to Paby here and there, right? I talked to good old David Wright here and there. Paby was our armor.
Okay. Yep. I
Yeah.
remember him.
Paby,
David Wright. He's
David
is
Wright.
he still in California?
Yeah, he works for Tesla. So,
Nice.
yeah, I always, anytime there's a big news, I send him a little text. Oh, there goes my
Yep.
secret. There goes my intel. But that's a common name. So I know three people with that name actually.
Yeah. Wright is a very common name. Like I've had so many soldiers with the last name. Right.
Yeah. Do you still get the cliche in the army, the colored last names?
Yep.
Is that still happening? So,
Yep.
yeah, so for the uninitiated folks in the army, there's a lot of people with the colored last name, and sometimes people go like, "What colored last name? What what does that mean?" Like, but there's a
Yeah.
lots of greens, lots of browns, lots of blacks, lots of whites.
Yep.
I met a red with two D's. I met a
Never
red.
have, but
I had a red.
greens, blacks, whites,
White. And then the cliche, the whites are always black and the blacks are always white.
brown,
We had what, four browns at one point?
and at the same time, yes.
Yeah. And then you label them, right?
Oh, no, that's red brown. Okay,
That's
because
red
he has
brown.
red hair.
Old brown. Yeah.
That's
Red
Dusty
brown.
Brown because he's an old dude.
Red Brown is not as turned up as he was, but Red Brown's doing pretty well. Red Brown just got married.
Yeah, I saw. I think I still have him on social media,
Yeah.
but
And he had his
he.
boyfriend he had his boyfriend Hodge give a speech, I think.
Oh yeah, Hodge. I spoke to Hodge not too long ago. He's actually doing very well too.
Hodge
Doing some
came
cool stuff.
Yeah, Hodge came in when I was leaving. So I don't know him
Yeah.
as well. I only know him through like you guys.
Hmm.
Yeah, so and then I don't know if you know that story. So, like you moved out, so that room was empty for a bit, so I had both rooms. And then before I moved out, I forgot our supply sergeant, but I remember he came up to me. He's like, and then I'm like, well, I want to sign out, but everybody went to the field, so I didn't go to the
Yeah.
field because I wanted to be lazy and sign out, chapter out, hang out with Freeman, but hang out with Schulte. But
Yeah.
there was a whole time like Bramani got mad at me because I didn't go to the field, so I
Wow.
I had an award that he held from me. He gave it to me eventually, but he's like,
Yeah.
"Oh, I can't believe you're not going." I'm like, "What do you mean?" And then at the time, who was our first sergeant? Michael Rasmussen. He was also PCSing.
Hmm.
I don't think he was retiring. I think he was PCSing. So him and I were like in the office, just like him and me, just chilling, talking. He's like, "So what are you gonna do?" I'm like, "I don't know. I guess go back to school."
Yep.
But I remember, but I should have wanted that training. Like I think looking back at it, because I would just been like, let me just call in airstrikes all day, right?
Yep.
How often do you get to, like in life, like, hey, I got to call a radio signal and the plane comes by and shoot down some
Exactly.
fun
That
stuff?
might have been when we went to where YTA or DTA.
Yeah, it was. Is YTA still? It was BTA, I think, because YTA is
Mm.
in Richardson, right?
No, YTA is out there by us. YTA and
in the
GTA is
wilderness.
out
YTA is
already.
in the wilderness, right?
Yeah.
We're in that like you could you could easily feel like I feel like there's a bear here. They're like, don't worry
Seeing
about
fucking
it.
wild blueberries, like,
Yeah.
oh, nice.
It's like, is this? I remember looking at one. I'm like, I'm gonna die. I remember looking at that blueberry. I'm like, I'm gonna die.
Or just a ginormous moose, man. Like, people don't understand how huge mooses are, and we're sitting there on 24-hour duty, and it's like, oh, there's one standing right outside the doors. I'm
Yeah,
like,
and then they can be aggressive. They can kill you. Yeah, let's talk Alaska a little quick. What do you miss most about Alaska besides people?
hmm,
Like for me, like Northern Lights never gets old. Like that, just looking, it just seems like science fiction, but it's real, right?
hmm.
Obviously the people just like shooting shit in the military, like no matter how hard like the day was or boring the day was, whatever it was, and then just something about being in the like we were literally in a wilderness. They
The
just
last frontier.
yeah, they happened to build a town in it, and it was a
Oh,
decent sized town. I
it
just
was
didn't
not bad, man. It
I
was
just didn't
not
like the
bad.
ratio. The ratio was terrible.
It was.
That's a curse. Yeah.
I didn't really like. I got used to the cold. Everything was really centrally located, so I enjoyed the food. Wasn't really like any crazy food. I did get to enjoy like moose soup and all that kind of stuff, but
Yeah.
not the nothing against the military people, but that is where I really started to go out and like get used to like civilian population. Fairbanks, Alaska is where I like first started getting big into the gym. You know, I met a good group of people, Planet Fitness, to where they was like, "Hey, man, come hang out. We'll start working out. We want you to do your first, competitive bodybuilding show."
Yeah.
Which I still talk to a lot of those guys to this day. But I really enjoyed Alaska. Whenever I meet young soldiers that haven't been there, I always recommend, "Hey, man, go to Fort Wainwright. Go to Alaska, because how many opportunities in your life are you going to be like, I want to go see Alaska on the military's dime,
Yeah.
and that's people spend thousands and thousands of dollars just to go do a fishing trip in Alaska to catch halibut, where you get stationed at Fort Wainwright. I'm not sure if they still do it, but they have this thing called like the boss program and
Yeah.
things like that, to where
I was the boss.
service
I was the boss rep.
exactly.
Yeah.
So like service members could go on these expensive fishing tours to catch as much halibut as they wanted for free.
Before, I think it was before. It was like right. I think I don't know if I was in alpha yet, but we went on one to catch salmon, and then it was so bloody. I
Yep.
remember seeing that, like with that many people. I'm like, this is carnage. But the
And they do.
halibut fishing, like Seward, I think I went to
Yep.
Seward. We
Seward,
went.
Alaska.
Do you remember Brady? David Brady?
I do.
Yeah,
The bald
David
headed
Brady.
guy.
Yeah, David Brady. I think we took our motorcycles. Like he has two motorcycles, of course he does.
Hmm.
And then we rode down somewhere we fished. And he's like, like he's like old. He's like Unc.
Yep.
It's like, yeah, dude. Like, look at that fish, and then we'll just cook it. We'll just barbecue it.
Exactly.
Like him, me, and I don't think it was right, but yeah, I mean, I miss all those people. Like, I was talking to Schmideka for a while. Like, COVID kind of pivoted things. Like, some people are still talking, some people are not. Like,
Hmm.
I always wish like people are doing okay, right? But I don't think people went hiding. But I think overall people mean well, and I think
Absolutely.
people are on social media but not posting as much. They're just scrolling.
Like me and you,
Yeah.
like,
Oh,
I'm
like
like, hey,
I never question our relationship. So
oh yeah,
as long as you're alive and safe and not in trouble, you're good. But
send you a thumbs up. I'm good, bro.
yeah, and then I mean, you're not 20 anymore, so
Yeah.
I don't have to look after you like I used to, or like, go pick up your car or something.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I don't have to be like, wait, your car's where? You're where? Yeah.
Wait.
Hey, can you pick me up? I'm like, where are you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wainwright was awesome, man. Like, that was my first time being able to like do real outdoorsy stuff. So,
Yeah.
for instance, Mount McKinley, like one of the, please
It's
don't
the
fact check me because I might be wrong, but the
oh, okay.
biggest
Yeah.
mountain in North America or some shit
It is
like
the
that.
tall yeah, it is the tallest mountain in America. I don't know if you noticed, so I used to hang out with the air aviation guys. So they have that middle unit in Alaska, like that aviation
Mhm.
unit. So they're
Yep.
not part of our brigade. They're the only people not in our brigade. They
Hmm.
kind of like co-work with us because they're under USARAC, but they're not.
Got it.
Yeah, or 125.
And that's all changed now. So
Well, there's who's who, right? Get out of there. But they used to have a Chinook on standby because people go climbing in Mount Denali and they get stuck, or
mhm.
McKinley, and then Chinook's like the only helicopter that could go high enough that doesn't need like a runway to land.
Yep.
So they used to have this rescue spot. So we were on a boss trip. They were explaining to me all this like things about like, yeah, we have to be on standby all day. You have like a 2 hour like QRF kind of time. I'm like, that's pretty cool. And then
Yeah.
I got to saw that. I got to see that from like first hand perspective. And that was pretty cool, like how they do it. And then I remember, I think it was Strunk, maybe Stratton. They like wanted me to find like 100 fire extinguishers. And I remember calling them, like, you guys have that firehouse there. They're like, yeah. I'm like, do you guys have a bunch of fire extinguishers? They're like, actually, we do in our warehouse. I'm like,
How many do you need?
I need,
100. Damn.
I need 100. I need 100. They're like,
Give
where'd
it
you
to
find
me.
this? That's what Gorski, what Gorski used to call me. He used to call me, he's like, you're shisty. I'm like, what does that mean? He's like, what does that mean? He's like, we know you leave base and like get coffee and go like flirt with girls at Mocha Moose and go to like Barnes and Nobles and comes back. I'm like, no, yeah.
Don't be a hater.
Yeah. And then he's like, but you get shit done, so we can't really get mad at you.
Hmm.
It's like, yeah, we know you fuck off. We like see you leaving base like during workday. I'm like, I mean, hey, I don't do that every day, but every
Every once in a while, I'm gonna treat myself,
yeah. And then
as you
I
should.
still have that car I bought there, like the Toyota RAV4 I bought like right
Really?
before I left. Yeah, I thought about getting rid of it, and I also thought about giving it to like a family member, but I'm like, I feel like next car I'm gonna get too many speeding tickets. Like I speed with this car, and then like if I'm like I'm gonna get a Camaro and or
I,
I'm
I
gonna,
wish I kept my Jeep, dude. I wish I kept it because that was like the first car I bought. So
what do you have now? You have a truck now, right?
I have a GMC 2500 2015
Was it
Denali.
more? You think it's more to do with like the work lifestyle, just kind of like the truck lifestyle of the military?
It was one of those things where I've always wanted that specific truck, and I was in a position coming right back from deployment, had a little bit of money in my pocket, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to treat myself,
Yeah.
and got it. And here we are, 6 years later, paid off, running good.
We're
So
all quick segue to deployment. I'm not trying to shit on your truck. That's good.
no, no,
Good job
it's
paying for
okay.
it.
It's a
Yeah.
GMC, so I'm sure a lot of people have shit on it. But
It's okay. I just talked to a bunch of people who worked at Mexico GM. I did like I'm doing like a program there.
nice.
Yeah, that sounds like I'm like taking classes there, but I have a connection and a connection and a friend who said, "Hey, can you do this for us?" I'm like, "Cool." And then I'm gonna try to go down there, but Mexico is kind of a nice little hot spot now, so we'll see what happens.
Yeah, it's a little spicy down there.
A little spicy, too sometimes too much, little less. When I go to you like I know you like your food, you like your spicy food, and you like your hot sauces, but I remember going to a Thai restaurant. I ordered something, and then they ask you like, "How spicy do you want it?" And I
Hmm.
always asked them like, "Us spicy or like white people spicy?" They're like, "White,
Yeah,
white people spicy." I'm like, "Kick that up!" Like I don't care. But if
yeah.
it's
Turn
us
it up.
spicy, like a 3 or 4, like let's not go crazy.
Yeah, don't say Thai spicy because they
Yeah,
don't even eat Thai spicy, and I've
Thai
learned this.
spicy. That's it's. I think it's not meant for the whole meal. It's meant for like a couple bites, get it in. So
Like I would do Thai spicy for some love, but I prefer just to get it like medium so I can enjoy it, you know.
and then
But if,
you could actually finish it. Yeah, not.
yeah, you know, I love me a good like fish log. But
Do you have favorite food?
a food that I could eat every day would probably be Thai food for sure.
Yeah, Thai food's kind of
Like,
difficult to prep though.
I mean, I'm not going to cook it. I'm going to always go out and buy it. Um, that's one food that I'm not like, oh, I want to try and learn how to make this. You know, like I'm a grillsman by trait,
Yeah.
so you know, like back at home, all my neighbors will just ask, "Hey, can you throw this meat on the grill?" Or every day I'm just out there grilling something, whether it's burgers, hot dogs, steaks. Shit, man, I'll put a can of fucking sardines on the grill and turn it into a fucking masterpiece, and people love it.
When my
You
dog was
know,
alive, I used to grill things and then like
hmm
put it on the top deck to cool it off, and I could
take it
flick.
off.
Yeah, I could like flick a meat to him, and he could catch it in the air. Like that's what I would
Nice.
do, Yeah, that's one thing. I kind of
Well, get you another dog, man.
I thought about it, but like I want to travel, so I don't have a good dog sitter
Yeah.
situation here, and then I don't know how I feel about boarding him. Even though I just drove by this place called like it's like dog paradise, right? So I kind of peeked at it. I'm like, those dogs are having a ball. That like I should stay there.
Are you a cat person?
I don't mind cats, but you know, cats come with like different. I'm not even talking about the hair and cleaning.
Hmm.
They, because you got to earn a cat's love, right? It's not like a dog where you walk it and feed it and pet it. Like,
So it depends on like what kind of cat you get. I would not recommend getting a orange cat. I don't know what they call them, like tabbies.
Tabby. My sister has
Um,
orange tabby. That's my favorite cat. I'm gonna steal
yeah,
him, but he's big. He's a
I've
big.
had great
He's like
results. Jesus, I've had great results with like either all black cats or a tuxedo cat.
no tuxedo cats are pretty. So my sister, fun COVID story. My brother-in-law works on cars. This dude came to like the next door mechanic. He's like, "There's weird noises coming from the trunk," and they're like, "There's nothing in the trunk." They're like, "Oh, maybe it's coming from the, you know, the hood." I'm like, "Why do you, what do you not?" So they open up the hood, and then on top of the engine blocks, there's three little kittens.
Oh,
Yeah, so my brother-in-law, like one
that's
ran
my little
away.
weakness.
Yeah, and then he got him. I know you like cats. So he got them and he called my sister, which he says he regrets to this day. So my sister obviously said, "Bring him home. Put him in a
Yep,
box. Bring him home." So
bring them here.
she brought him home. She kept two, and then you know how my sister is. My sister will talk, but she's
Hmm.
not. She works for an airline now, so she has to talk.
Which one?
She works for.
If that's not too personal.
Oh, it's not. It starts with an A and ends with an A.
Okay.
Yeah, she works for American Airlines. I don't think that's a secret, but
No.
it's too hard to track down. But
Dude, that would be such a great job. Like that's something I think you would, and I don't know, I guess it's like going on a sidebar, but I think you would excel so well in being a flight attendant.
I thought
Like,
about doing a flight attendant with my co-host actually once upon a time, and then
hmm
his dad, my co-host is a pilot, not he's a licensed pilot, not a commercial
hmm
pilot, but his dad flew for United for like 36 years. So I remember we're like, because he's the one who's like, hey, you need to try to get into Air National Guard and get your pilot ratings.
hmm.
He told me that right when I got out. He's like, try to get in. And then one of my friends somehow, I don't know who he jerked off. I don't know who he kissed. So he was in the army with me. I'm talking to you, Zach. He was in the army with me in Alaska, in my first unit. And then he transitioned into Air National Guard. And we're like, because that's not a normal, it's not a normal route. But I think he
Yeah,
knew
no more
somebody, his
transition.
wife knew somebody, or he knew somebody. And we asked him, we're like, what to do? He's like, don't worry about it. So he's a what do you call the National Guards or reservists who are like active? They're like in the guard, but they're like active guard. They're like daily, yeah. They're like
Yeah,
a
active guard reserves or something.
yeah, active guard reserve or something. So he does that for the Air Force. So he's like a reserve reservist regard for the Air Force, but he's like there every day. So
Hmm.
yeah, my friend did that for the Army for like intel, and then
One
yeah, go ahead.
one of my old soldiers, same scenario. Wasn't the bestest of soldiers, but
Yeah,
very relatable guy. Love him to death. To this day, we still communicate. He got out. He did his first term. He was an 11 Charlie, so a mortarman. And he got out.
those wonderful people. I always think of
Man,
Schneider.
oh my God, yeah.
That's like my
Schulte was a mortarman too. I think.
Schulte was a yeah. Schulte was. They had that really high speed sergeant for a while. I forgot his name. He was tall, bald,
Oh, that
skinny.
doesn't
Yeah, that doesn't. I know.
slim it
White,
down at all.
white, like
Like, that's
white male. Does that describe anybody from 5-1 Alpha Troop? Yeah.
But he ended up getting out, going to school at Purdue, I think,
Yeah.
and he is now a pilot for commercial at one of the little small hubs over on
Nice.
the East Coast. So he's doing very well.
Well, I go on a lot of flights. After we get off here, give me his name or text me his name. So if I see him,
Absolutely,
yeah.
absolutely.
So I'll tell you something funny, and then this could be part of the recording. So a lot of my Republican friends, so like
Hmm.
half of the Army roster, think I'm a flaming liberal, and there's
Really?
things I'm liberal about. And then my liberal friends, so not. That's why I think majority of LA is not like they vote liberal, but they're not. Like there's a lot of conservatives in California. You could tell by
Hmm.
the voting blogs, but like I'll just call them my like art school friends. They think I'm like a fascist of the fascist.
Dang, that's insane.
Yeah, so and then I mean, I don't know. There's things I'm like liberal about, there's things I'm like conservative about it really, but I I think I hate inefficiency. I don't really care who's in charge sometimes, but
Yep,
I just want things to work. I want things like where I don't pay whatever the gas is today, 360 for gas when it was 290 a month ago, you know.
exactly.
Yeah. But yeah, let me know when you're situated.
Oh, I'm good, man. I'm gonna go outside now because the weather's pretty nice.
Good,
Figured
good.
I'd let you see my good glow.
It's good. Couple other things I wanted to talk about.
Absolutely.
We have like, like the what do you think what's a challenge that soldiers face? And then I want you to segue into like you could use examples without using names because I mean obviously you've been
Cool.
in leadership for a while. And then along with that, like you've been a drill sergeant, meaning like you've been with like the freshest and the rawest of the like soldiers of the soldiers, right?
Yes, and I'm actually next assignment I'm going to be doing an ROTC gig in Connecticut. So
Do you know where?
New
Without
Haven.
Oh, you're going to Yukon?
Yep.
Are you going to be a Husky?
UConn. Well, it's a combination of three schools, so it'll be UConn, New Haven, and Yale.
Dude, I'm gonna call you and be like, "Hey, I want tickets for the games."
Absolutely. I mean, shoot, man, you'll probably be able to get in for free. Just come down.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's
I'm
go.
gonna put you on the color guard though.
It's fine. You want me to march people?
Squeeze into that uniform,
The uniform fits fine. I just don't like wearing it. Oh, you know what?
dude.
The hat don't fit. Hat don't fit. Hat
You got
don't
to get
fit.
you the new AGSUs, man.
Yeah, I mean they look better. I think they done really well.
Chef's
You
kiss.
dude, I don't think you were part of it, but I was part of the Alaska group where they said we're the new uniform. Like the
Yeah,
PT uniform.
you went from the greens, right? You wore the
Yeah, 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 yeah.
greens and then went to the ASUs and then for the PT uniform.
We went from the grays to the blacks.
Yes,
And
yeah,
then like right when they're giving out like blacks were official, I got out. And I'm like, this looks so much like the grays look like I'm like a sweat camp laborer.
yeah.
And then
Honestly, I think the
PT, where's your PT belt? Soldier, where's your PT belt?
I like the grays to be honest. Like I felt
Grays,
like it
they're
kept me
comfortable.
warmer.
They're very comfortable. The jackets did not look sexy at all, but
No.
it was warm.
And I know now like a lot of units have transitioned to like unit sweaters, unit hoodies. So like when I was in first cav, they swapped over to like, hey man, you can wear like your first cav official shirt or your squadron or battalion shirt, and then went to Fort Bragg and like, hey man, this is the shirt you wear. Go
Yeah.
buy it. And I was like, okay, cool. You know. And
I have
then same thing at Benning.
my 5-1 MSH sweater somewhere, but I wanted that to be a hoodie. It was just like a long
Brother, I lost my shirt, and I've that's probably one of the things that I think about fairly often is like I don't have my mish shirt
Yeah.
and I don't have my hoodie, but I still have like the 5-1 apocalypse hoodie, like the gray one that they gave out to us.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But I still have a sticker, the Mish sticker, because they're not Mish anymore. Like they got rid of that, man.
Do you remember Carlisle was in HHT? He was a medic.
It's his name sounds familiar, but I
Jesse
can't put a
Carlisle,
face to it.
and then Jesse Carlisle's. It's the guy who roomed with you before I moved in. I forgot his name, but he gave me a skateboard. He's like, "Yeah, bro, take it." He was super broed out. He always went to EDM. Uh,
Bro, my brain is so shot. I'm trying to
yeah,
think of
skinny
it.
dude. I always forget his name, and I'm like, "Oh, dude, like." I remember I think him and Carlisle, I don't know if they went together, but they went to EDM in Vegas and then they sent me like these photos and videos. I'm like, what in the fuck is happening? Like,
Hmm.
but he was in the room. Cause you were already in when I moved in, right? Or did you move in afterwards?
I can't even remember like my first room. I think I stayed on the third floor
And then you moved down to first, right?
and then I moved down to the first. But I want to say you were already there.
Okay. Maybe I got there like 2 months before you. But I remember when I was moving out, cause you already moved out,
Hmm.
I didn't know what a hot commodity that room was.
Dude, yeah.
Everybody's like, "Hey, can I get your room when I leave?" I'm like, "I don't think I have that choice." They're like, "No, they said you're like, in the memo they write,
Hmm.
the wonderful command letter. I was like the alternate for like every other thing. I'm like, what the fuck? Why? Like, they're like, you're there, so just fucking
You're
deal with
there
it.
responsible.
I'm
So
like, ask Sergeant. somebody. Like
Somebody else, just not me.
Ash Schmideka. I don't know. I don't know how this works. So I'm leaving. So
Do you remember First Sergeant Pugh?
oh yeah.
I ran into him when I was on the trail, and it was,
Is he still in?
I mean, this was back in 2020 something. So yeah, I mean, he was a sergeant major, so he was really just bouncing back and forth, probably from different sergeant major positions.
Yeah.
But man, it was just so nostalgic. Like it was at the
Yeah.
and staffs aren't promotable. Walking up to him, like still feeling like private, like, oh, hey, sergeant major, I know you don't remember me, but you were my first sergeant back in the day. And he's like, hey man, yeah, I don't remember you, but looks at my ribbons, looks at the deployment patch, and he's like, but it looks like you're doing good. And I'm happy. So I was like, cool.
Pew was I was never there when he was there. He left. Rasmussen. Oh no, it was before Rasmussen. There was another guy. There was a guy who was like he was E7 promotable. Then he got like E8. Then he bounced, and then he was like really like yeah, soldier, like let's do it. I forgot his name, but I know Pew because in Afghanistan I did something with 5-1. I think that's when I met Stellari because I remember seeing his shoulders. I'm like, that is a big ass dude. Like I'm like, how does he? I remember asking him like, what size uniform wear? He's like, oh, bro, like when he had like what was it, the 240 or 249?
Yeah.
He just fucking carrying that around.
Like, who is this gorilla?
Who is this human? Like, why? How does he wipe? Like, what? What is happening? Oh, he's great. I I find him so entertaining. Not even just the way he looks. It just even when he like I used to play my guitar around and he could play. I don't think he plays anymore, obviously, but he could play a little. And I remember like this big ass dude like playing, and you get like calluses if you press too hard. So he's playing. He's like, ow.
A little tender-handed guy.
Biggest motherfucker here, like muscle mass wise, barely fitting into a. You need like a customized dress uniform to put your shoulders. Yeah. Difficult. So, give me some fun drill stories. So, I'm sure you got some. Let's use the words. Shit bags.
I won't call them that. They're very good, intelligent. I mean, you know how it was when you first joined. Everything is brand new. You have people that come there with uh, this persona, like, I'm not going to let them break me, or this, that, and the third. And it's like I went into it being a drill sergeant as the mentality of, hey man, you chose to join. So like you, at some point in time in your life, you decided you wanted to do whether it's something better or try something new.
Yeah.
Right. So, and this goes back to what I said earlier about trying to relate to every and anybody. And it was just honestly, in my opinion, a great experience because, like, for instance, a good story that I tell people to this day about learning and knowing your peers, subordinates, whatever you want to call it, just people. You know, it was during the first 72, so that's like the initial. Hey, they got off the bus, and the hoorah, whatever going on, and we're in the bay doing the layout, and there's like, hey, they messed this up, so okay, we're gonna go do this, that, and one of the soldiers, he ended up tripping and falling and busting his chin, like busted it open, split it clean open to the meat, to where you're like, all right, you're gonna have to go to the hospital and get stitches. And this is the first 72, so it's full game on. You're at the Super Bowl right now, and he just gets up off the ground and just starts apologizing. And I knew something was up. He was just like, I'm sorry, Joe Son. I'm sorry, Joe Son. I'm sorry, Joe Son. I'm sorry. And I was like, hey, man, like, we're going outside. I took him outside. And to me, a good leader knows, like, hey, let me take my hat off and just talk to this guy. Normally, like, hey, man, you don't need to apologize. It's okay. Like, you want to be here.
Yeah.
We're going to get you to the hospital, get you stitched up, and we're going to get you right back into training. And he was like, Roger that. Come to find out, he was abused by his father when he was younger. So for things that wasn't even his fault, and that's why I would highly recommend, and I always do, even to my soldiers now, it's like, go be a drill man. It'll change you. It'll change your persona on how you see, I guess that's the right word, but on just how you see things, people from different upbringings, people act. You do get a lot of criminals too.
I mean, yes, sir.
Look, man,
My first unit had a couple felonies, and
those soldiers, they were very crafty at where they would want to hide things and stuff of that nature. So, shakedowns are real. You got to definitely.
when you
We found
obviously drill sergeant's a team game, right? Not only are you
yes,
mentoring and almost like not to a negative term of babysitting, but you are responsible for the soldiers' training and their well-beings too, right? It's like,
correct.
but the crackdowns, what is that like? Do you huddle up? Do you huddle up with the other drills, like be like, hey, I think something's going on, or like, is it kind of like you kind of fit like send something and you kind of
It's really dependent on the severity of things. If anybody's been in the military, if there's like an uprise in guys failing your analysis and things like that, then
and then for
it's
people
like,
for urine analysis, a lot, that's how we do our drug test or see what
mhm.
comes up.
So if it's an uproar or upchange in that, then it may be more coordinated to where it's a company level, a troop level thing. But majority of times you can do it just platoon internal of like, hey, regular morning things of, wake up, they're on the ready line, and you're like, wall lockers are open. You just do your morning inspection of things.
Yeah,
And then you start to find like wrappers of protein bars or calcium bars. And
yeah.
you're like, you're not supposed to have this. Or, I don't know,
I used to
what's it?
steal. Do you remember those like Nutrigrain bars? I used to
Yep.
put that in my cargo pockets and then bring it back in.
Yep. Nutri-Grain bars, peanut
Yeah.
butter packets.
What else did I steal? But I was always good at PT, and then the joke was my last name's a pronoun,
Mm,
so we had a very like my first like I'm a pretty loud person. My first sergeant, when he yelled, everyone stopped. Everybody stopped. Other units running stopped. Very
mhm.
vocal man. This man was so into motorcycles, he gave us a motorcycle safety class during a
Nice.
Saturday. So you need to be covered up head to toe. You want Army to take care of you, head to toe, safety belt. I'm like,
That is true.
first, we're not getting a motorcycle. He's like, shut up, you. But he would always say, hey, you. So I would
And
always
you're like,
run back with my happy face and be like, yes, first sergeant. He's like, no, not you. So the joke in my basic was, hey, you, not you. So like even in my stupid, I think my yearbook or whatever it was, it's always like,
hey,
hey,
you.
you, not you. And I would run back with my happy PG face, be like, yes, first sergeant. He's like, no, I didn't call for you. He said, if you're not doing anything wrong, just don't come to me. But he
Yeah,
loved me. That guy was great because I mean, obviously there's some theatricalness of drill sergeantness, right? Obviously, I saw that like after I got like
absolutely.
one of my drill sergeants and I still talk now. What
Hmm.
do you because you guys have rough hours? What is the most difficult thing about being a drill sergeant
Mm,
as a human and a person? I know obviously it takes a lot of your time, so time away from family and stuff. But
yeah, it does. Definitely in the beginning, it's rough because you're working from 03 until like 2300 at night. Like and it's not a breaks
that's
in between.
normal people. That's 3 a.m. to 11 p.m., folks.
Yeah, I think I clocked it on my watch that I walked 23 miles inside of a building during the first 72 on the first day, just walking back and forth, walking back and forth, walking back
Yeah.
and forth, going here, going there, going here, going there. So definitely getting used to long hours. I would say learning how to like have stress decompression. So like when you're off, you're off. Like relax, have a hobby for sure. Uh, Eating habits was kind of bad because you're just like on the go. I would definitely say intake of caffeine products was insane, insane. And I think any drill that you talk to will say like, yeah, man, it'd be 3 o'clock in the morning, 4, and I've already drank, 3 energy drinks and a cup of coffee, so it's rough.
No, it's rough. And then not only that, it's like physically. I mean, obviously it's the military, but like it's physically demanding. You got to like it's not. I think a lot of people see it as like the movie like Full Metal Jacket, where
Mm,
think about the yelling and the like the drilling, but like they run with you.
Absolutely.
You don't tell
Yep.
them to run and like eat a burger. I mean, that'd be hilarious. That'd be hilarious. But especially in phase one,
True.
right? Like, is it
Oh
still
yeah.
red? Is it still red, white, blue, or
Yep. It's red, white, and blue. But if you go to, Benning, obviously that's going to be OSIT. So one station unit training. So you'll do basic combat training. I want to say it's 10 weeks, and then many other weeks, maybe 3 or 4 for your AIT portion, which is
yeah,
advanced individual training.
for your cavalry stuff, right?
Cavalry, infantry, they all
Yeah.
do OSIT. So you're there for half a year.
Yeah, I was in Leonard Wood for both, but I was not OSIT, so I did basic there, and then they
Hmm.
put me in you know, the cattle truck, and then they shipped me over to top of the hill. That's what they called it, and
Yep.
it was nice up there because it was a joint base up there. And then
Nice.
My AIT, they had a rule: if you had a PT badge, you could go to Pizza Hut.
Oh, the old PT
Yeah,
badge.
the PT badge. So I had a PT badge, so I went to Pizza Hut. But everybody who didn't have a, they just went. And then
Hmm.
one of our drills would go there and be like, "Soldier, what are you doing?" They just,
I think they should
they
bring
go
the
to
PT
parade
badge back.
rest in a, they go to parade rest in a Pizza Hut.
I think they should bring the badge back.
Is when did they get rid of it?
Probably before the uniform change for sure.
Oh man, I
Well
don't.
before it.
My I think my PT badge is in like a plastic bag.
Yeah.
I should sew that into my jacket.
Get a
But yeah,
tattoo of it.
there's a couple of things I missed. So spurs, like physical stuff, not my
Hmm.
people, not the memories. And then like the army, like I'm not trying to sound cliche. The army friendship camaraderie is just different. I
It
think it's because
is.
you like commiserate together,
I
like
like that. Commiserate.
commiserate together. Like me and Wright filling up what like 60 fuel things, -40 outside. Like that's suffering. You don't know what it's like
The
doing
back
it.
of an LMTV in -40.
Yeah, it's like why
Getting
are we here?
drove out to training, like, and the heat, the Arctic heater doesn't work. So now you're just, hey man, we gotta
I'm gonna dig.
shoulder to shoulder, shoulder to shoulder. We gotta keep body warm.
Old Brown was like the coolest about Coltrane. He's like, man, this sucks. Get a Gatorade bottle. Let's go pee
Yeah.
in it. Stick your finger in a pooper.
Man, I remember he for my 21st birthday, man, they took me out and it was a time to be had.
Where'd you go? Do you remember?
Dude, I can't remember. It was some gentleman's club.
Well, I mean, it's two. It's one
Well,
or
yeah,
two.
so
A
one
or
of them,
B.
man,
It's A
and
or B.
but brother, I barely made it in there. They got me so tore up in the barracks. It was just like,
I
what's going
remember
on?
I was picking somebody up from one of the fine establishments of Fairbanks, Alaska. So I went to the first one, go inside, right? And then I think, the bouncers are so, I'm like, hey, I'm just here to pick somebody up. And they're like, oh,
Hmm.
okay. I'm like looking around. I'm like, oh, is he not here? And then I drove to
Oh,
the other one and I'm like, oh, bro, I'm so sorry. Like, sorry. I hope you didn't, you tell people like, don't wait outside, right? That's an Alaska thing.
yep.
I'm not near. Don't wait outside. You'll
What
die.
was it? Those are the two bars were what KJ's
So
and Rock and Rodeo.
KJ's have a new name now. I forgot what it's
So does
called.
Rock and Rodeo.
Yeah.
This
And
changed
then
or is this closed down?
when I first went, like my year one before deployment, I went to all the local bars, which like you're not really supposed to do as a soldier. Went to like,
Like the Arctic bar,
yeah, I went to the Arctic bar, and then everyone's packing heat. And I'm like, I'm the only non-native here. Like,
and it doesn't close either.
it never. Why would it? Why would it? It's probably
Man.
never that I could see that place being the last establishment of Fairbanks, Alaska.
Hmm.
Like I'll die with it, live with it. Um, what do you think soldiers now? You've been in for almost 2 decades. Do you think soldiers now are just different just because of generation divide? Is there any challenges with that?
I would say there is a generational divide. I guess that's what you want to call it, but
Yeah.
it has changed, man. And a lot of people will get up and roar about it, but any good leader is an adaptive leader, right? There is no soldier that is not unteachable, untrainable, or to where you can learn them to get you to a certain outcome, right?
Yeah.
Um, I'm sure the World War II era people said the same thing about the new generation of soldiers that came in after.
Yeah.
Same thing with the Vietnam vets. They probably said the same thing. From the initial invasion, it's just men and women will still join and go and fight wars. You know,
Hmm.
now they might complain about it a little bit more. Hey,
little bit more open space for people, the young folks,
Yeah,
right?
and that's completely fine. Like it's an open space, but it is definitely for any young person that may listen to this that has not served and is thinking about it. 110%, I think you should do it. And that's coming from somebody that has been in for almost 2 decades,
Yeah.
sitting here. That I still have a great relationship with you,
Yeah.
and you only did one term, and we just did two different walks of life, and you are still a very successful person from, the military did pay a lot into that. Um, it's just so much opportunities, man,
I mean,
that,
even me just getting a citizen, like let's say don't count the GI Bill, don't count the benefits,
yeah,
don't count just being a veteran. Uh, Citizenship alone, like I joined for citizenship and other things, but my parents got residency out of that.
yes.
The program's no longer a thing, and a lot of people think they got rid of it because like an anti-immigration thing, but the program just kind of outlasted like how long it was. So I got it when it was kind of in the heat of it, and then I speak a language where we're kind of enemies with one of the people who speak my language, like not these folks, but
No, you're Korean, man.
the other Koreans, right? And then no, it's and then there's like I remember I'm fucking in 5-1 like in the trading room. I'm just like fuck, I'm typing up stupid ass orders or something. And then I remember someone came in, they're like, "Hey, you want to go to the range? Because we're going to the range." I'm like, "No." And they're like, "Oh, we're going to the grenade range." I'm like, "Oh shit. Like, girl, get my Kevlar grenade range." And
Let's
then
go.
in Alaska like that, you've been to the grenade range there? It's like kind of like it kind of looks ghetto. Like
Little sketch.
little sketch. I'm like, is this safe? They're like, who cares? Let's just do it. Yeah, like, let's see who. And then we put trash cans out there. Like, who's gonna hit the trash? Right? Oh man, it's it sounds very juvenile and violent, but nothing like throwing a grenade. Nothing like.
Oh
I'm like,
yeah,
this could kill me if I drop it. They're like, yeah. I'm like, oh, let's go.
yeah.
Let's go. I
Look
don't
at
want.
that. Look at us just advertising the military.
I mean, where I
It's
mean,
all we know.
I'm sure someone could get some hands on some illegal black market grenade somewhere, but it's not easy to get. Bullets you could
Nope.
get, guns you could get, rifles you could get, but grenades are, it's a little. And then, this line of work kind of
Mhm.
promotes you throwing grenade correctly with correct
Yeah.
posture and, covering. And then even like shooting
Strike a pose.
strike a pose. Olympians.
Hmm.
And then even shooting 50 cals, Mark 19s, like where am I gonna get a Mark 19? Where am I gonna get 50 cal bullets
Exactly.
like that, right? That
AT4,
that somebody
Javelin,
pays for, right?
Claymores.
Oh, I haven't danced around with claymores too much.
A trip to Korea.
A
Paid
trip to
vacation.
Korea. Did you get what? Did you get any wild stories from Korea and out in Itaewon or anything?
Um, I wouldn't say any wild stories, no. Just it was definitely a culture shock.
Yeah.
And I still recommend. I'm actually going to plan a trip there with a few of my family members, so my father, my uncles. We're going to plan a trip out there. They've
Oh,
been to
whole family trip. That's good. Yeah.
yeah. So they've been to Japan, but they've never been to Korea. And just from like the photos I sent them of me in Korea, the food, just the
Yeah.
culture, man. It's
Is it isn't it crazy? Like, army folks go to Korea, right? And then like
mhm,
Navy Marines go to like Okinawa,
Japan.
right? So it's kind of interesting how that divide is there.
Yeah.
I have a female captain who's in Pendleton right now, hating her life because she's doing training. But
Um,
shout outs to you. But she's about to get out, and then she's been to Okinawa a bunch of times, and then
mhm,
I think a lot of people who went to Okinawa really enjoyed it. I think just the vibe, like what you're actually doing, like the training,
mhm.
you're actually in the water rather
My
than
brother's actually going back to Okinawa for his third time. He's a Marine.
yeah,
I want to say he's at one of the depots out in San Diego.
yeah. How long has he been in it now?
He's been in 1 year longer than me, so
Right? Yeah.
15 to 16 years.
He's hitting 20.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, for
I
sure.
mean, might as well, right? After 15, it's like,
Me and him were when I call him my brother. We're not blood related,
yeah,
but um, shoot, man, he lived in the house right behind my house, and only like a metal fence separated our houses.
yeah.
And we both ended up joining. So he did Marines and joined the Army. So there's a feud there.
That's the one you call like Junior would call uncle without being
Yep,
rude, but yeah. So
yep.
do you think not to talk about current conflicts, but do you think the new generation, like, what are they missing out on? So, like, let's say there's somebody under like 25 and then they're like listening to this, or just
Hmm.
people who are interested in the military in general. Like, besides, you know, closeness with brotherhood, sisterhood, like friends for life. Like again, like I mean, I said this to you earlier. I probably say it to you all the time. Like I don't have to check in my like, are we friends? Like I don't have to
Correct.
say that to you. Like
Yep.
if you need help, I'll get you. I won't ask questions, right? You're like, hey, I need a airport ride. Be like, go to my house.
I'll be there.
It's empty. Just Uber your way, right?
Hmm.
It's not like picking up your Jeep Cherokee and Grand Cherokee in Alaska, right?
Yeah,
I
very
remember
true.
that. I remember those calls too when you're like 20, calling me. Hey, I need a ride. I'm like, it's 7 in the morning.
Please help me.
I'm not even in your platoon. I should have been like, not my problem. Just hang up, right? Not my problem, bro. But I also know, hearing other people's like military stories or people in Fort Hood that had a wonderful place. But
I
um,
loved Fort Hood. I loved Fort Hood.
you did like Fort Hood?
Loved it.
I know. Do you like the whole E4 mafia thing going on there and stuff like that too?
Is that still a thing there? I don't know.
I don't know. It's always
I
E4 Mafia is always like it's like a joke, then a myth,
Yeah.
then sometimes it's true, right?
I just recently visited Fort Hood not too long ago, and it's a I would compare it to the mechanized version of Fort Bragg.
That's what I keep
So
because and it's like a giant base, right? It's
yeah, it is. The two biggest bases is Bragg and um,
yeah.
Hood.
Because I'm not too far away from Hood, obviously far enough,
Hmm.
but close enough where I could drive there. But
Yeah.
I heard people like like even outside of Hood, like people kind of do stuff. But I mean, I always tell people soldiers are disciplined to a point, but even in Vietnam, there were soldiers selling drugs with like some putting in coffins, moving it back. It only
Hmm.
takes like one group of bad people to do something bad to make an entire
Yeah.
group look bad. Are you what are you looking forward to after retirement?
That's a good question, and I'm usually the one asking other people that, especially like my higher leaders, like sergeant majors and first sergeants that have been in for a while. I always ask them like, "Hey, like, what are you going to do? What are you looking forward to, like when you retire?" And you get a mix of different answers, but for me specifically, man, I'm just ready to take a good breath of fresh air and be able to do whatever I want when I want. I'm not like, oh, I'm ready to get out so I can grow my beard. I don't care. If I can't get a haircut, I bald my hair. It doesn't bother me at all. But
Yeah.
I am just ready to relax, and that's it. I'm ready to sit down and do whatever I want when I want. If I want to go come visit you on a Tuesday
Yeah.
in the middle of summer, I can like, you know what? I'm going to do it. And as a matter of fact, I'm going to put my bike in the trailer and I'm going to drive all the way to you, or ship my bike to you and fly there, drive around for the weekend, and then come back.
Yeah. I do
And
miss
not saying we don't have that opportunity now, but it's just
there's more logistics involved.
there's more logistics, time consuming.
So like leave forms and stuff are digital now too?
Oh yeah, it's all
That's
digital,
great.
dude.
Oh my God.
You don't even need to attach an LES.
You just do it online?
Yeah, so it goes through IPSE and it's pretty much it populates how many leave days you got. So then you plug in like, hey, I want to take this many leave days. And it's like, okay, cool. This will be your um amount of days after you take this leave.
Yeah. I'm gonna
So it's definitely it's growing pains. With any new systems, you're gonna have growing pains. But
what do you know when do you remember when that pivot changed from paper forms?
I want to say in the 2021 or 2022.
Yeah, yeah. One thing that really bothered me was like you had to fill it out, you turn it in for them to scan,
Then make multiple copies, keep
make
one on
multiple
you. It's like,
copies. It's like, why can't we just do it? But I guess I'm biting my own tongue now. If I was still in, but I remember DFAS owes me, so I don't care. I'll just say it. But I remember I think the leave after my first deployment, like the deployment for Afghanistan, I came back. They didn't take that out, so I had like 35 extra days, and then I took extra days. So that was never taken out. And then when you come back, when you sign out, like at a battalion or brigade or troop, like squadron, they're like,
yep.
"Oh, your leave form's not here." They're like, "It's okay." And then I know I know who helped me. Obviously,
Hmm.
there was only one office who could do it, but I but and then my old unit used to hate me because I used to make it a scene, like grab my suitcase, like bye bitches, like
Yeah,
tag them in
I'm
the beach
out.
and stuff. Bye bitches. They're like, how the fuck does he get all this leave? I'm like, don't hate it. They're like,
They owe me. The Army owes me leave.
I think it was, I'm not bad mouthing Schulte. I think I forgot if it was Schulte. I was fucking around with somebody. I made a copy of their leave form and I shredded it in front of them. And then I remember, maybe it was Schulte. They like choked me against the wall. So I was supposed to make a video, but I left town before it. But before you left town, have you ever worried about your plants while you're away? Meet the Bababerry Aquaterra, the ultimate terracotta watering spike for the modern plant parent. These aren't your average filmy globes. Each glazed reservoir holds a massive 17.5 ounces of water, giving your leafy friends consistent hydration for up to 20 days. 4-inch spikes reach deep into the roots, and with included wooden rot dibbers, so you don't have to dig with your hands or, I don't know, like a fork. Installation is a breeze, no more struggling to get them into the soil or worrying about them tipping over. Stable, stylish, and durable. Grab the Bababerry 2-pack today and turn any pot into self-watering oasis. Your plants will thank you, and you don't have to feel guilty while you're on the road. So check them out. Link in the bio, link in the description.
Okay, we're back
Back,
live.
because Junior knows Spanish, right? Because correct.
Absolutely. Yep.
He ever cuss your ass out in Spanish?
Absolutely not. He would get his little butt spanked.
How big is he now?
He's actually gotten fairly tall. He's not taller than me, but he'll probably be taller than me. Still skinny dude, because I mean I was skinny as a child too. I mean
Yeah.
shit, I'm still skinny, but yeah.
No, but I remember when you put on muscle.
Yeah. I miss it. I want to get back into the gym era,
Yeah.
but
I know my variation of you was because slowly lifting then, like the Planet
yep.
Fitness days, the purple gym days, and then you were getting different tattoos.
Yep.
Yeah, so like there was a time when you had like almost no tattoo, maybe like
Hmm.
grandma one, the South Carolina one,
Yep.
and then even like your, because you still have the palm tree in your back. Is it your back or your chest?
Arm.
Arm, right?
Yep.
Like that was visibly bigger by the time I left. Yeah, so, and I think because you're lean and you run well, it's because if you put on muscle on like frame like that. My cousin who's 20 now, who's a junior in college soon, he lifts weight, but he's naturally lean, so I think it just looks better on him. He hasn't
Hmm.
hit like that. Like his dad was in really good shape until he was like 35, and he just kind of got like pluffy. So hopefully
Yeah.
that doesn't happen to my cousin. But like his mom's lean, his dad's lean. But anyway, back to you. All right. So how's the weather where you are? Can you tell us where you are? Is this a secret?
No, it's not. So currently, in Dallas, weather's nice, sunny.
Yeah.
But as far as like duty station location, Fort Louisiana,
What city is Pokin?
Leesville,
Pros and cons of Leesville.
that'd be nice.
Just say like politician answers. That's what I always tell people. I'm like, it's a good place. It has
It's
this.
a yeah, it's a good place. It has its hole in the wall restaurants that are very nice. It doesn't
Yeah.
look like much from the outside, but once you go inside, it's pretty good food. Like I would, there's a Thai restaurant there that um I don't mind promoting these. Oh,
What is
they
it
are
called? Say that one more time.
that that patch.
Data patch in what was the city? Where Louisiana?
Leesville, Louisiana.
Data patch in Leesville. Okay, I should call
You
them. Be like,
gotta
hey, you want to pay us? We're
yeah,
sponsored.
you gotta look it up, man. Like just one of those mom and pop Thai restaurants that you go in and they will remember you. So like every time I go in there, man, they're like, "Oh, you're going to get the lob, you're going to get it hot, and then do you want like green curry, red curry, and everything on the menu."
I'm not saying that because like you have a distinctive face.
Yes.
Like it's not something like like a dark man came in here and like
Who
I
is
think
he?
I think it might be because you have different ancestral background and ethnicity kind of
Hmm.
mix kind of coming together, and then I think because you never walk slouched, stuff like that. I think there's, and then like you get this. It's like, oh, that guy, you probably wore a hat there, right? The guy with the hat, backwards hat, that
Yeah,
gets this, right? So yeah. Couple things before we wrap up. One thing
absolutely.
is when you do you have a travel you look forward to?
But travel.
Like whenever you're done or you have some, besides like the Korea trip, like whenever you're either retired or you get that big break. Because are you guys still getting 30 days?
No.
Let's hear it. What's the leave? You're not getting 30.
I mean, you can take as much leave as you want to, as long as it's
It's approved.
acquired, as long as you have it. Yeah, but obviously, the whole way behind it. Like, hey, after a certain amount of days, it's a different echelon that
Yeah.
has to sign off on your leave form. So guys typically tend not to take over 30 days
Yeah.
because it requires a different approval and then a much longer wait
Yes.
time for you to
Yeah.
get it
Yes.
approved.
There's a big DMV situation, right? Like,
Yeah. But
but
I would say travel place, man. I just had this conversation with my sergeant major. It's a lot of people like to travel outside of the country to see like these different things and all that, which is cool. Nothing
Mhm.
against it. But I think I would like to do a lot of local traveling within the United States to go to like those different places. There's still states that I haven't been to, like Massachusetts. I don't know, I haven't been to Colorado, South Dakota, North Dakota.
Yeah.
There's a lot of places. I've never been to New York, so there's a lot of places that I still want to go to stateside before I start delving into, like foreign travels.
Once you get to New Haven, you could probably knock out Massachusetts, New York pretty quick.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
it's train ride away, man.
Yeah. And then even if a nice that used to be, I mean, it's still there on the docket. Like I want to get a bike and do like a fall
Hmm.
ride north like New England.
Nice.
Like beat the winter, like get like start in September and beat the winter and just ride around. Like
Yep.
take photos of lighthouses, I guess. Eat.
Everything. Like, oh, this is a nice house.
Look at this. I was just in Boston, and then it's a vibe. It's I could see why
Really?
so many people like it. Yeah, it was freezing, but because it was like, but it wasn't that violent cold. You know that like violent cold. Like sometimes like Alaska colds are very nice. It's like, oh, this is
Yeah.
nice, but it wasn't violent cold. It was windy, which just makes things worse. But it was nice. I could see why people like Boston, and I was also there in St. Patty's Day weekend, so.
Oh, nice.
I'm like, why is everybody in green? I'm like, oh, I forgot. And then met up with some friends there. Different. It's like academic friendly. So like
Hmm.
libraries are nice. Roads are pretty nice. It's pretty clean for a major city.
Nice.
So that's pretty nice. Okay, we do this with our guests. You've been our first guest in a very long time. So questions might be outdated, and I should have looked at it before we met, but we call this rapid fire cues. So
Okay.
just whatever comes to your mind, say it. You could explain it if you want to. Okay. Let me know when you're ready. All right.
Stand by.
Yeah. And nothing personal either. Nothing too personal either. Yeah.
All right, let's go. I'm ready.
All right, here we go. Favorite number,
6.
favorite color,
Red.
favorite place to visit,
Jacksonville, Florida.
last movie or TV show you watched.
The Last Witch Hunter.
Oh, nice. You want to know when you die or how you die? Will you rather share your search history with the world or your credit card statement?
Oh, credit card statement.
Okay. Do you think women have men figured out better or men have women figured out better?
That's a tough one. That's a very tough one. I will definitely base it off of life experiences for either gender. Of
Okay.
like, hey, yeah, because it just depends on someone's life, what they've
Right
dealt
on.
with, what they have not had to dealt with. So,
Right on. Right on. A place you're very fond of.
a place I'm very fond of, Charleston, South Carolina.
Wouldn't expect anything else from you.
Yeah,
If you could go anywhere, time, money, vacation, logistics wasn't an issue, where would you go?
probably Thailand.
Thailand, okay. Where are your
Yeah.
must what are your must travel essential? Must, not most.
Like
Something
I
like
have to have this with me.
yeah, besides like charger, passport, besides things like that.
A nice ball cap for sure. Nice ball
Okay,
cap.
okay,
Love my ball caps.
that's another one of those things like
And I'm not bald, by the way, people.
it's okay. I miss your perfectly shaped head. Speaking of travel, would you rather time travel to the future or go back in time?
I would rather go back in time because if I time travel forward, like at least going back in time, I know like what to kind of expect.
Yeah.
Going into the future is like it's kind of a crap shot of like I don't know what might happen.
It's a huge gamble, right? It's like
Yeah, so I'd rather go back into the past.
yeah. If you could bring back one thing from your past, what would it be? And it could be physical, metaphysical, emotional, or mental state. So like a moment where you felt like sad or happy, or something that's metaphysical, like an idea or like emotion.
One would be for sure. Well, I have two answers to that. So one would be my drive to go to the gym and, you know, just be a meat eater of like, hey man, I don't care if I get off of work at 17, 18, or 1900, I'm going to the gym right after work.
Yeah.
Two would be, I would say, like more of an emotional person. So like being able to express like emotions in the sense of feeling grief. And I think what kind of ruined that for me was in Alaska, my grandmother passed and I wasn't able to, I can't remember who said it, man, but it was a senior NCO. I'm sure they're not even in right now, but it was like, hey man, cut dry, plain and simple. You want to go before she dies or after she dies? And I was just like, well, so probably just get back like a little bit more of an emotional side to where I can properly grieve.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's
Something
pretty much
about, I think not to make this about me, I think
it.
people say you got to learn how to grieve, right? But it's like everybody processes differently, right? But I think everybody should give some time, like literally set aside. I'm gonna go think about this for an hour. I'm gonna go on a walk to, like, I think a lot of people stay busy to just avoid it, but
Mm-hmm.
I think it's about actually processing it kind of like mentally and emotionally, kind of all at the same time. Last question is, do you have any questions for us?
Um, how long have you guys been doing a thing, doing the podcast stuff?
We started technically a year and a half ago. So we started because him and I used to meet every month, like once a month. We
Mm-hmm.
used to get lunch. Then he moved a little farther away, and then I was always like on the road. Then we're like, okay, let's meet up every 2 months. But you know Orange County because you got family there. So
Yeah.
he's like south. He's like Newport, like south of Newport. And I was in
Mm-hmm.
LA. I'm like, well, getting there is kind of rough, and then I want to go there and just like sleep over and stuff. So we're like, let's just Zoom, and then we start
Mm-hmm.
zooming, and then we start zooming and we had some ideas, and then he's like, we should start recording. And then so that kind of became the first thing, and then the first thing was just like white wall in the background, we're just talking and we didn't know what we're talking
Yeah.
about. And then now the initial is like I'm writing a book, so I'm getting closer to finishing it, so now I can talk about it more. So
Cool.
I'm going to start talking about stories from the book here, and that's going to kind of lead into like the release of the book.
Next question.
Yes sir.
What was
Oh yes sergeant, I'm sorry.
for the aspiring future podcasters and vloggers, which I thought about doing it myself, what
Yeah.
was the hardest part of like getting started? Like what
Getting
mound hill
for
did you have to
for
get over?
I think you know me pretty well. So getting started wasn't hard. It's the consistency for me.
Mm-hmm.
And then it gets very depressing when like let's say one episode does really well. I'm like, "Oh, great." Like my first two episodes did pretty well. I'm like, "Okay,
Mm-hmm.
it's only uphill from now, right?" And then episodes like 4, 5, and 6 just nothing. I was like, "Well, am I doing something wrong? Do I need to like study analytics?" But I have there's a podcast I follow, Chris Williamson. He's like this British guy in Austin now, and then there's another British
Hmm.
guy called Diary of CEO. They said their first episodes they didn't make money till year 4. Obviously, they spent more money, like they had a team, they had an editor and stuff like that, but they say they weren't really profitable until like season 3, season 4. So I thought that was kind of crazy. I think Joe Rogan's a little bit different because I think he just did it to like kick it with his fan, like, and then he just posted it, and because he's been on for a while, he's been on for like
Yeah, he's been quite a while.
11 years. So, and then writing, I feel like everyone should write. I think I told you that when I was younger. Like, you could write
Yep.
for yourself, your family, because you don't know who's gonna like your kids might read it, your family
Hmm.
might read it. It's a little bit
I
different,
mean,
but
you've written me letters and sent me like postcards and stuff
yeah,
throughout the years. So
that's my homoerotic way of reaching out to my friends. I
here's an old
think
picture I took of you that you didn't remember.
yeah, 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 yeah. And then I feel like writing's a little bit more personal, especially when it's not digital. And then
Hmm.
if you're gonna anybody, not just you, if you're gonna blog, you have to do some beta, meaning write something. Does this make sense to me? And then does it make sense to anybody else who's gonna read it who doesn't know me? So if you want to blog, go crazy. There's so many platforms out there now. But like have a plan. Like be like, I'm gonna write once a month. That's doable, right? And then a lot of people kind of pick a niche. Like I don't really do that. I just kind of just speak in my voice and see what hits and what doesn't. And it's
Hmm.
weird to me because I like it when people like email me or message me, be like, "I really liked your article," and some of
Hmm.
them are like friend of friends. But I'm like, "That's great," but like, click like, click like and
Yeah,
share.
like it.
I need it. So anybody listening to this too. Oh, one thing really quick. I think military stuff, military people know this. Non-military people, which they don't know, which is you've been in and you're a high non-commissioned officer. There are
Yes,
people who just join as an officer, fresh out of like officer training or West Point, that you still have to call them sir,
correct.
right? And then I think some people don't realize that. I think it's because they saw too many movies. Like I think I'm sure even like when you're a drill, there were some like timid
Hmm.
soldiers who were like shaking, probably called you sir, right?
Yep.
And then I think the hierarchy of the military, obviously people don't need to know that, but I think people don't understand like there's the officer corps and then there's the NCO corps. So
Yep.
even when you become sergeant major or you become first sergeant or master sergeant, you still have to go to this freshly out of college lieutenant, second lieutenant. Like you got to go up to him and be like, "Sir, how's your morning?"
Yep.
Obviously, they're never gonna shit on you because that'd be a career suicide,
Oh, absolutely. And
right?
it's just it goes back into the whole respect thing. Like
Yeah, yeah,
I always say sir or ma'am, and it's not out of like, oh boy, I have to do it. It's
yeah,
you're still coaching, developing, and training not just enlisted, but officers as well. You get that junior platoon leader that's fresh out of West Point,
yeah.
they're ready, they're spry. You need to, especially as a senior non-commissioned officer, you need to be that person for them that instills discipline, shows them what right looks like the first time because they're still in the development stage of their career. So you set the standard as a senior non-commissioned officer to these young PLs to where going forward, they're going to expect nothing less than what you did, right? So you teach them right the first time, and then it builds off of that. And I've always been all the PLs that I have served with as a platoon sergeant have gotten nothing but great ratings on their OERs.
Yeah.
And I am still to this day great friends with all of them because I was that person that they could trust, confide into, and I never let them fail, you know.
No, it's good.
And
And then you have to as you have to rely on each other, help each other, support each other.
absolutely.
It's that to me is like a perfect marriage. Like the
Hmm.
first sergeant, captain, platoon leader, platoon sergeant, and then just to give a for the non-military folks. So there's a soldier, and then there's a team. There's a what am I missing? Platoon,
Squad,
squad, and then the squads
platoon.
make up platoons. Platoons make up a company or troop for
Yep.
good old Mr. Manson here. And then troops make up squadrons or
Or
companies make up
battalions.
battalions, and they make up brigades. And then after brigade, it's division.
Yep.
Yeah. And then after division, it'd be like Pacific Command or something, right? Like Central Command.
Or and then one of those other ones. Yeah.
Yeah. And then I love the acronym game.
Dude, it's out of control. It is out of control, man. Like they'll come up with some stuff, and I was like, "What? You don't want to be the guy that sits there and is like,
What is
excuse me, what does that mean again? What is that?" And you're like, "Oh, okay." They're coming out with new ones by the day, man.
when because I met you as a young enlisted and I like you ranked up, you leveled up, right? Like in video game
Hmm.
terms. Is it
Prestiged.
prestige and like the tuxedo poo we always like to call it,
Yeah.
like the meme of the tuxedo poo with like the little monocles. Are you when you're in those meetings and stuff now, like do you ever have flashbacks of like, oh my god, I used to be an E2 E3 just running ragged, running like just grinding it away?
All the time. There is not a day that I put on my uniform and not shocked at where I'm at in my career, but just like, wow, man, I used to be a young private, and
Yeah.
it's nothing, that's not me shitting on it or anything. It's just like, hey, man, I am walking, living proof that you can make it.
No, I
Like
mean,
it's not hard, but nor is it easy. You just need to be committed.
I think it's very doable. I think it's like I think Sergeant Carpenter said it best. He's like, he's always like, I'm blessed to be here. Like
Hmm.
situations change, right? He's always like, I'm blessed. And I used to think he was crazy. I'm like, what the fuck would you say that? Like, and I think because I'm more verbally argumentative, like I was a Gen
Hmm.
Z before the millennials hit, but I, going back to like even seeing the portrait of you, the good old army photo, good old portrait of you in like the drill sergeant hat, the beautiful smoky, the bear hat.
Yeah.
It means a lot. Like even
Yep.
if we're not talking, if I saw that like even on a hallway, I'd be like, oh shit.
That's my boy. I know him.
I used to pick him up with his
Proud of
Grand
him.
Grand Cherokee. I gave
Yep.
him $10 for gas once. We used to share pizza, but even things like that, man. But like memories of the army, and then it's like like people talk about colleges, people talk about workplaces, people talk about their travel, but like talking about your army experience, it's just different. And I'm not saying because it's more like contoured or valid or it has more like validity. It's different, not in a way people couldn't understand because people write movies about it, books about it, TV
Hmm.
shows about it. It living through that's to me, that's very different. And then part of me, I'm like, I know if I stayed in, I don't think I would have quit drinking. Maybe I would have eventually, but I do wonder that alternate universe. I'm like, I'm gonna reclass to 35 and see what happens and
Yeah.
figure out how to get by Arizona and stuff. But no, but I'm always proud of you. Not just saying that because you're here. I should probably check in more. I should,
You're fine, dude. You're
not
fine.
just ask like, hey, what does Junior want?
Yeah. What does he want?
Right? Yeah, but you know, you're doing good things. Obviously, there's how long were your drill? How long is those cycles? How long do you have to get before you get your
So your term is 2 years. So it's a 2-year term, or you can
yeah.
opt in and do a third year. But I was good with two.
No, people should be good with two. You having that badge means a lot. Drill sergeant badge, I'm
Absolutely.
like when you see it, I'm like that, or even the recruiter badge. Sometimes I'm like, hey, 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 like that's a lot of car salesmanship, right?
Yeah, it is, man.
Yeah.
Especially
So
if you go to a place that's like middle of nowhere.
no one's gonna join. Well, there's how many people in that high school? 120. How many are? How many don't have convictions?
Yep.
96. Ah, shit.
The
Yeah.
number just keeps dwindling down.
Well, I'm gonna drive to the next county and then
Yep.
with my government Chevy.
And my Applebee's credit card.
Oh, hey, no, Applebee's. Hey, I wish I'm gonna call Applebee's to see if they would sponsor me. Be like, I'm a veteran podcast. Applebee's have always been good to me. I
I
have never.
love Applebee's, man.
I have never let Applebee's, even when they're like, oh, wait, sir, are you a veteran? I'm like, oh, yeah. Oh, we offer discounts. They're like, oh, we didn't add it
Yep.
in. Let us comp your meal. I'm like, whoa,
Hmm.
whoa, whoa.
I love Applebee's, man. I'm an Applebee's connoisseur. Um,
What do you get?
Bro, first I start off with a lemon drop shot. That's first order of business.
Have you ever noticed that there's always one cute Applebee's bartender?
Absolutely.
I don't know why that is. Like, there's always at least one cute baristas at a Starbucks. That's a given.
Hmm.
But there's
Yeah.
always one attractive, like I want to have an adventure with that woman tonight. Like, there's
Maybe
always
if I
that
spend
one.
enough money in food,
I'll pay for the food. Just hang out with me. Like,
please sit here at the table.
please don't consider the tip as like a voucher.
Just
But
just say that you're an old disabled veteran and
uh,
you're lonely or something.
I'm sad. But I got my other games. But what do you get for food? I used to get those wings there. I forgot which flavor.
I haven't been to one in a while, which is
Yeah.
disappointing, and I might go to one tomorrow over here in Dallas just because we talked about it. I'll either get like buffalo wings or what's the tri platter where
Yeah,
it's
yeah, like the appetizer
whatever they
platter.
have,
Yeah.
it's just something different, a bunch of different things on it. Their steaks are actually not bad.
Uh,
Just saying.
no, their Applebee's isn't bad at all. I think Applebee's get a
Mhm.
bad rep because they like where do you classify them, right? It's like it's not
Yeah.
fine dining, it's not like lowest of the lowest, but but I mean they're so veteran friendly.
Hmm.
But I remember I was doing this volunteer project for like Veterans Day weekend, but it wasn't 11/11 yet. So they're like, all right, let's do this. Let's all like work hard, like help these communities out. And then tomorrow you could go to Applebee's, get your free meal. And
Yes.
I'm in the back laughing, and people are like, what? Like, are we going to Applebee's? Like, oh, you don't know. If you don't know, get out of here. Like, get out of here.
Not a Chili's fan though. Not a Chili's fan.
Do Chili's give out veteran stuff?
I think so, but I'm not a Chili's fan, man.
I had a thing for like I think because I lived near a Chili's in LA, there was a Chili's baby back rib craze at
Hmm.
one time. They had like a song, they had a jingle, like Chili's baby back ribs.
I
but
remember it.
yeah, like early 2000s. But I'm like, oh,
Yep.
I guess I gotta go to Chili's. And then they used to send out pretty aggressively. I guess they email it now, the mail coupons.
Hmm.
So you get like you open up your mailbox, be like, buy one get one free. And I was like a teenager, call my like I'd be like, hey dad, you want to go get Chili's? He's like, is that the one down the street? Like, you know how my stern my dad is. He's like smoking a
Yep.
cigarette. He's like, is it down the street? Can I smoke in there? I'm like, no, you can't smoke in a Chili's.
Yeah, man. Jesus. This ain't a
What's
Huddle
wrong
House or
with you?
Waffle House.
He always asked that. Can I smoke in there? I'm like,
What's the two controversial like chicken places that people always compare? Oh, Raising Cane's
Raising Cane's, yeah.
or Zaxby's.
Mine is who has a well. Sometimes they only have Raising Cane's in certain locations, right? It's like a location thing, but I don't like lines. So if the line's too long, it's whoever has a shorter line. Like I'll take the hit no matter what. And then I feel that way with
Zaxby's
most
always
places, especially for fast food. But do you have a
one.
favorite chicken place?
I bounce back and forth between a couple, but you know, every army base has a Popeyes on it,
Of
so
course.
can't go wrong with good old Popeyes, good old
Yeah.
Pope. Yes, that's the holy chicken. But yeah, it'd probably be either Popeyes or Dairy Queen.
Dairy Queen has chicken?
Absolutely,
Oh, I didn't know that.
yeah. And
Oh
then
yeah,
I mean,
they're.
you got churches.
I mean,
I take
there's
that back. Popeyes and churches.
there's not a lot of churches in like where I lived in LA.
Hmm.
If not any, like you gotta kind of drive out. And then we don't have a lot of Sonics. That's not a thing in LA.
Yeah, see, I got what In and Out.
We have a lot of In and Out, obviously McDonald's, Mickey D's, we got Burger King, we got Shake Shack now, that's like a thing. Yeah, but we don't have a lot of Sonic. Obviously, we don't have a Whataburger. So a couple things like that. And then I mean, I do love traveling, but I do love traveling just to try different like variety of food. Like it's the
Absolutely.
same type, but it's a different burger. So even things like that. Like my diet changed recently, but I mean, I used to eat a lot. I still kind of eat a lot still, but I mean, that's
Hmm.
what that's why I work out, not to look good, so I could look.
Korean fried chicken,
Oh,
best chicken you'll ever have in your life.
it's like a different genre, right? It's like a subgenre of a horror
Oh,
movie, yeah.
like triple battered, and then they beat it to where it's just delicious.
With the spice and the
Cheesy
seasoning.
chicken,
Yeah,
cheesy fried chicken with that powder on it.
it's funny because a lot of Koreans are lactose, but they figured out how to put cheese in everything. It's an
Cheesy chicken ramen. Oh,
My cousin always asks, "Oh, when we get pizza, can you put cheese in the crust? Oh, make sure you put cheese in the crust." I'm like, "I heard you the first time. Put cheese in it. Cheesy
just a
crust."
little bit more crust, a little more cheese.
And then when we order it, I ask her, I'm like, "Aren't you lactose?" She's like, "Yeah, but this
I'll suffer.
I'll suffer for this." I'm like, "You are dedicated, woman."
Mhm.
Like, I mean, obviously we could probably talk for probably 5 hours, 6 hours, but
Absolutely.
we'll kind of cut it for short. But what I don't know how to question this without saying too like politically leaning, like we count on you join the military way, which is why should people join any military?
I will give my opinion on like, and
Yeah.
I'll kind of tailor it off of why I joined. Number one, you can't go wrong with serving your country in some way, shape, form, or fashion. Um, Number two, it can kind of give you an opportunity when you don't really know what you want to do. Three, stability. Like during the whole government shutdown, like people that you don't normally hear from will support you. Like I always tell my soldiers that, hey, man, even when you think nobody's watching you or caring about you, you're being watched. You might have that third cousin that you haven't spoken to in 10 years, but they still look at your Facebook or social media and be like, I'm proud of him. Like that's my cousin. He serves in the United States Army or the United States military. It builds a sense of pride. And the typical answer, camaraderie. You just meet so many different people. Like the United States is already the melting pot, and the military is just an even more of a melting pot of like, hey man, you'd be surprised who you meet. Um, and I will always be an advocate for, is that the right word?
Let's see what you got to say.
I will always be an advocate for serving in the military, whether it be 20 years or 3 years. It's just don't miss out on an opportunity that is given to you. Like you learn so much discipline, how to take care of yourself, how to be a decent human being, in my
being
opinion.
being vigilant.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think it's a lot more than because a civilian could learn how to load guns, civilian could learn how to shoot well,
absolutely.
especially in America. And obviously the camaraderie goes far because again, it's just different. Like
Hmm.
I played sports, obviously I'm endearing to them. People I went to school with, I'm endeared to them. People I work with, I'm endeared to them. But it's like this weird thing where you like live with people, but even if you didn't live with them, like, and then again, like those guys, like I'm gonna put Solari on blast again. I don't have to agree with him at all.
Absolutely.
But I know, like, he was near. He's like, yeah, I need a place to crash. I'm gonna make fun of him.
Yeah.
You could crash, but I'm gonna make fun of him. I'm gonna call him a little bitch. I'm gonna be like, oh, you're gonna cry again playing guitar, you know?
Yep.
But even him or not, or even the person I mentioned in the beginning, like whether they don't like what I'm about to say or what I'm about to say, what to respond to what they said, I part of my language, I still fuck with them, right?
Yes.
Like it's not the people I'm gonna invite to my wedding and stuff, right? But it's the
Correct.
people like I still got you. Like you need help, I got you.
Yes.
And then you can't really get that, and it's not because like I didn't deploy with him, but it's I think there's that common understanding. And I didn't room with him. I didn't hang out with him.
Yep.
He didn't hang out with anybody. But that there's the whole notion of like I don't have to talk to Roddy every day to catch up. I don't have to, going back to even like Cortland and stuff,
Yep.
kind of kind of like take away. And then I wish more other people were like that. Like they don't like I think veterans and soldiers don't have that doubt. Like, oh, does that person hate me? It's like
Hmm.
I don't really care if he hates me because
Yeah. Right. All
I think
right.
I
Cool.
think he wouldn't
We're
talk
going
to
to
me
get this
if he
done.
hated me. Yeah, he wouldn't fuck with me. So obviously they're giving me the time of the day to respond back and whatever, whether politically I don't agree or socially I don't agree or economically I don't agree, whatever it may be. But you can't really get that anywhere else. And then that goes a far way. And I kind of felt that way about people I traveled with, like people I like just met on the road, because I
Hmm.
think we have like an invisible link of we're both just roaming.
Yes.
So no matter we like each other or not, it's the whole notion of like you get me, I get you. And then some people gel, some people don't. Like, and then even in the military, right? Like, not everybody in the unit's kumbaya, everybody's happy, right? People get along for the most part, but it's not like it's not a lifelong. And then a lot of those people that you lose touch with, you kind of wonder what they're doing, right? You're like,
Yep.
what's that
Like
guy?
Dustin Brown. We're like, I wonder what he's
Dustin
doing.
Brown, yeah. And then I forget first names a lot. That's a military thing, right? I'm like, shit. Like I used to, put Roddy on blast here. Roddy's real first name I know because I make jokes out of it, but I kind of forgot his first name. I'm like, what is it? And even like Alvarado, like now I
Yep.
call him Kevin. Like what is happening? But I appreciate you for jumping on.
Of course, brother.
I'm gonna switch some orders around so the questions I ask you is at the end. Um, I mean, do you have anything to say to the listeners?
Live your life. You only have one. And try not to hold grudges. I know it's hard not to, but over time you'll realize that a lot of things in life is just a moment. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Live your life, enjoy it.
Oh fuck! I should have asked that second. I was gonna ask you this and I completely forgot. This was like the first question and I forgot. What's one of your fondest memories of me?
I don't know, man. We had some really good times, but you were an asshole. I don't know if you remember that.
I'm an asshole with the purpose, not
You were
just to.
pretty mean to me.
Yeah, I don't. But I'm not mean just to be mean.
Yeah, no,
Yeah, yeah,
but I don't know, man. It was a lot. I think when we started doing like our photo shoots, I still have the. I think it's a black and white photo when I started to get like into combatives a lot,
yeah,
and I remember I had the South Carolina flag posted up in my room, of course, and I was doing like some typical 20-something-year-old flexing pose, and he was like, "All right, I got you, bro."
yeah.
But yeah,
It's good.
and driving me around, of course.
Of course, yeah. I remember. I remember me getting. I remember I bitched at you about. I think it was like your coolant or something in your car. I'm like, you need to change your coolant or your brake, some fluid. And you're like, no. You're like, I'll do it. I'll do it. And then I think something went awry with your car. I'm like, But back then I was drinking a lot, so the aggression is just gonna come out. So
Yeah, now you're more calm and cool, collective.
yeah, and then back then I feel like because like I think just that building of Alpha True, I'm just gonna say whatever the fuck I want. If someone punches me, someone punches me. Somebody doesn't, somebody doesn't. Because
Hmm.
I think people know like I wasn't trying to say it just to like I was being a dick, but not to be a dick to be a dick.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know. Schmideka said that once. Good old Wesley Schmideka. He's like, I'm not being a dick to be a dick. I'm being a dick because I'm your sergeant.
Yeah. Like, what? What did he just say?
And then I had to like think about it for a second. Like when right, I'm like, huh? Because when he first came, because like you got to establish leadership, but
Yeah.
he's a cool dude. I love that dude. And then going from like Gorski, like who I used to hang out with, to like Schmideka, I'm like, what the fuck is this? And then like you kind of bond, and then Brady came,
Hmm.
and then HHT has, I mean HQ platoon always has our own little little thing going on because we're so
Little world.
small. We're like 7 people,
Yeah.
and it's not like I'm gonna be like, hey, first sergeant, can you help me PMCS?
Hmm.
Oh, PMCS, but yeah, no,
Still
that's
doing that
good.
to this day.
Are you? Is it still Mondays?
Yep.
Motor pool Mondays a thing?
Still.
But you don't do that as a drill, right? Motor pool Monday's not a like
No.
because you don't have vehicles and stuff, right? So that's good. Hey, hold for editing. Okay, but hey, everybody, thanks for listening. I got some editing work to do, but happy March, April. All right, join the military. Talk to your recruiter, but don't be bullied. Don't be bullied into signing a contract that you don't have to. You have the leverage before you sign, which is true. Don't you don't have to do, and then until you go to MEPS. Yeah. All right. Bye, everybody.
You're listening to Waste Your Time Wisely podcast.